Hi, everybody. Long time no see. So tonight I just wanted to come on the live, to just kind of talk and check in with everyone who's see what's going on. Um, I know I haven't done a live since November, I think, of last year. That was because myself and another friend on we were working on doing our videos for like YouTube and making them shorter, making them not sure what happened there. And so we were working towards making them more professional, making the page much more active, and that we definitely were busy doing that. Unfortunately, we did not get to pump them out as fast as we wanted or as many as we wanted. So we've just been kind of stuck in there. However, that does not discredit that people have been messaging and sending in their questions. So since like February, I've had tons of questions on relationships. I got lots of questions that people wanted to be answered regarding food, like junk food related addiction. Someone asked about gaslighting, which was great, and I took all your questions and I would have made notes and I was totally prepared to answer all of your questions, and then we never got to shoot. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to start back my monthly lives because I totally feel disconnected from you guys by not being able to answer your questions. And I feel like once I was doing my videos once a month, I was able to connect with people and people were responding and people were giving questions on a regular basis. So that's what we're going to definitely be returning to. So I just wanted to check in with everyone and see like what's been happening, how I can best support people during this time. But let's just do some updates. So for those who aren't always, in the loop, or if you're not on the formerly known as Risacam page, but now it is called the Anira Counseling and Psychological Services. And we've named it that because it is an official business. I had it registered. So now that is the name of the page. So that's the first thing, that the page now moved from being a page to an actual business. So I'm now a business owner, which was a huge leap for me, a huge jump for me. And I myself didn't particularly want to be like, oh, I'm a business owner or anything like that. But people kept asking for therapy and they did not meet the criteria to come to like SASOD. And then I got offered, even after I created the company, creating the office, I then was offered to be at Mercy Hospital. So if you can't come to SASOD and you can't come to Anira and you prefer to go to Mercy Hospital, St. Joseph Mercy Hospital, you can always do that. I'm there usually on Fridays. And for example, if you get admitted to Mercy Hospital, depending on the recommendations of the doctor, you're more than likely going to bump up with me. So at some point in time. And I've had a collection of different persons come to therapy, whether it was from Mercy, whether it was for stroke or suicide or hypertension, that kind of thing. Many persons have been asked to see the psychologist and so forth. So there has been all these great things happening. So I have like one collection of people, which is LGBTQ community at SASOD, and then I have the other kind of very medical based issues at Mercy. And then of course at Anira Counseling there are children, there are adults, there are grown adults, there are people who have families, don't have families, have tons of relationship issues, trauma, and people always ask, like, how do I get an appointment? How do I see you? What is the cost? How do I, what do I expect when I come to therapy? And I plan to do videos for each of those because, as most of you may know by now, some of you may know, I love Katie Morton. And there's sometimes I watch Katie Morton, I'm like, wow, her videos That's exactly what I want to say. And sometimes I just want to share out her videos and you guys can just watch those instead of watching me. Um, so sometimes I will share out stuff about Katie Morton. And by all means, if you have not joined the Anira Counseling and Psychological Services page, please do it. ANIRA, Anira Counseling and Psychological Services. And so, by all means, you can message the page. You can call the number that's on the page. The main page poster has, what are some of the services I offer and the number. And then, of course, I now have this great aspect of the page, which is appointments. And actually, someone used it today, which is great. So, someone just requested an appointment. I saw it. I spoke to them. Voila, new client. So it's not really as hard as people are worried or concerned about, but know that like the services are there. And of course, if I can't see you, maybe it's not my expertise, maybe I don't have that experience, I try my hardest to refer people out to other people who may be better at whatever your issues or concerns are. So definitely there's all of that happening. I'll be working with a school soon on another project. Not particularly related to the school, but it is a school that's putting on a specialized project. So that will be happening. I'm going to be seeing another school tomorrow. I'm very, very excited about this meeting, so wish me luck. And it will be a huge opportunity for me to connect with this school and work with this school potentially. And then, of course, there's all these wonderful conferences and trips and stuff that I have hopefully planned for the rest of the year. I'm taking a break, a much needed break in November for like 3 weeks. So that's really what I'm looking forward to for sure. And so I'm going to be seeing some people around then and connecting with some other psychologists while I'm visiting like Jamaica and Toronto. So if there's anyone who's watching this and you're going to be either in Jamaica or Toronto and you're in the mental health field, by all means connect with me because I would love to connect with you. And some of the people I'll be seeing in November are actually like child psychologists, developmental psychologists, which is wonderful since we don't really have that in Guyana. So I'm looking forward to really connecting with those psychologists who have lots more experience than I do and getting some skills built, getting some techniques learned. I'm just looking forward to continued education. And so that's kind of like the update. I mean, I'm surviving. I am loving being home. I love having my clients. The hard ones, the ones that stress me out, the ones that send me right back into research as soon as you get home and you think it's one thing, and you're like, never mind, it's not, and you start doing research all over again. And so, yeah, it's been going good like that. And then we're hoping that we're going to get some funding. So also another note, for those who don't know, I am a part of Equal Guyana as a consulting psychologist. And so we will be applying for some funding to do a special project for psychological services. And so we're hoping to hear back from that really soon, just because the LGBTQ community definitely... I am so sorry. Mosquitoes are bothering me terribly as I sit here. So I'm like literally talking through mosquito bites. So I'm going to wrap it up soon before I become like mosquito food. And so we're just doing a lot of letters and meetings, and I'm trying to, balance myself and go to gym and have fun and relax and still do my research and all this stuff. I'm actually going to be working, I'll say this one last thing before I go. I've been noticing a trend with some of my cisgendered female clients lately, basically women who are born as women, biologically women. And I've noticed that, and I guess for those out there who have this condition, you can contact me and tell me if I'm on the right train of path. I've noticed that not a lot, say I have like 10 female clients, even though I have more than that, but 10 female clients, about like 4 may have PCOS or other hormonal balances or even things like infertility. And so what I'm noticing is that there is like that correlation. Of course, correlation is not causation, but that they're noticing there's emotional dysregulation, a lot of depression, a lot of emotional issues. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at any research that suggests that there may be an increased emotional dysregulation or an increased emotional experiences, negative emotional experiences, whether it be like depression, anxiety, emotional dysregulation, in persons who have PCOS. So eventually, maybe next year, what I'll do is try and like do a either a focus group or a therapy group geared towards persons with PCOS in a certain range, age range, and kind of do therapy with that, because there's a whole host of stuff that happens when you have PCOS other than the medical issue itself. There's weight gain, there's terrible like skin conditions. You're gonna possibly be experiencing some altered self-esteem because maybe you had really great skin and now you have terrible skin, or you had like a normal weight and now you don't really have the same kind of weight you had before, and you've noticed an increase and that's bothering you. So this is kind of what we're working on. I'm going to close it up for tonight, but do join me possibly at the end of this month when we are going to go through some of the questions that you guys gave me a long time ago, and we're going to just go through them and get them done, because I miss you guys, I miss my lives, and I need to just keep educating the community because you guys keep asking me for stuff and I want to answer them. So stay tuned. Continue on with the journey, encourage people to see therapy, encourage people to take their mental health seriously, and remember that I am just a click or call away, and I will be happy to help those who need the help and or connect them to persons who can help them. So have a wonderful night, and thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in about a week or so. Bye!